So we made it to South Australia. We're in Mt Gambier at the moment. It's about 40 degrees. And tomorrow afternoon we are going to go snorkeling in one of the sinkholes, which we're very excited for.
Shortly after being in the water, the GoPro decided to stop being waterproof, so this is all the footage that we got in the sinkhole. You can't see a whole lot from the surface anyway, but we're keen to come back with cave diving tickets to properly explore this sinkhole. After a few days in Mt Gambier, it was time to head to Adelaide. We were making good time and pulled into a servo for a quick stretch when Houston noticed his steering felt a bit weird and we looked down to find a flat front tyre. Luckily, we carry spare tubes and had everything we needed to change it, so we found a shady spot and got going. We knew the process for changing the tube but hadn't had to do it ourselves yet, so we were pretty slow going, but eventually got the tube out to find that it had melted inside the tyre.
So we've had nothing but problems. We came in with a flat, tried to fix that, put a new tube in it. That tube had a hole in it, so we put another tube in it. That seems to have worked, but now we can't get the axle in the front, so we can't get the wheel back on the bike. So nice pumped up tyre, but we can't get it back on. This is what the first tube looked like. Even had chunks come off it. And this one has a hole in it. And we might be camping out the back of the servo tonight. So after being stuck at the servo for 5 hours, Houston put a post up on Facebook asking if anyone nearby had tools and could come and help us out. And thankfully someone did, and they drove out with some more tools to give us a hand. Turns out all we needed was a wire brush and a little bit more force than we were wanting to use. And thankfully we were able to get the wheel back on and we made it to our campsite. At this point it was 9:30 p.m. that we left the servo, and we still had 2 hours of riding to do in the dark. So we got into our campsite and were crawling into bed at midnight. Now we are riding at night for 2 hours, which normally we avoid, but we didn't really do any exploring in Adelaide, mostly just getting stuff sorted for the bikes. Most exciting being our new tyres. We got more dirt-based tyres, so mine are 70% off-road, Houston's are 80 I think, because we have a lot of dirt coming up. We got the T7 serviced and the Hemi was having some front brake problems. We got those fixed, yeah, grabbing a few things.
After Adelaide, we started making our way to the Flinders Ranges, spending a night at Cradock Hotel. And after a hot day on the road, the cold beers were very much appreciated, and we absolutely recommend stopping for a feed here if you get the chance. We had a surprise storm during the night and we were trying to outrun another one in the morning. On the ride in to Whooping a Pound, we got a sneak peek at some of the ranges and we couldn't wait to explore more.